everyone, this is really insane. Not only has Ripple's CEO and legal team confirmed that the trial has concluded, but the SEC has reportedly dismissed all charges against the company due to confidential information it had. However, things are heating up as analysts predict that the price of Ripple's XRP token might reach to new heights, surpassing $7,000 as 0 cents or more. Quite neat, isn't it? Come on, let's take it slow and steady. Let's skip the little talk and get down to brass tacks. Certainly not to Ben. Finally, the XRP community has some clarity after nearly 4 years of uncertainty on the law's intentions. Not just any train, this one is making its way down the tunnel. The high-stakes battle between the SEC and Ripple appears to have concluded. These days, crypto enthusiasts are more likely to be aggressive than defensive. Speculation has it that Fox Business is drafting a formal news release to announce the SEC's decision to dismiss the Ripple lawsuit. The case has been on Van Winkle's radar since 2020, and he finally saw an eventual glimmer of hope. At the end of the formal procedure, there is more than just light. This heralds a new beginning for the digital asset industry and the resurrection of XRP. Chief Legal Officer Stuart Alderoe of Ripple recently discussed the reasons behind the SEC's decision to withdraw the complaint. The company's crypto in a significant portion of a minute-long sequence. According to Alderoe, the SEC's initial regulatory strategy was poorly considered. It is not possible to sue someone for a violation of the law without first defining that legislation, he stated. The SEC filed cases without providing clear regulations to rephrase. This was a regulatory quagmire that obscured information for inventors. It was XRP's prominent member Brett tweeted, 37 days left in court, XRP, hold off on payment until the SEC gives its okay, sparking further discussion. Their self-assurance is growing as the clock ticks down. The transaction, according to several in the know, is now more of a formality than a threat. The SEC's retreat extends beyond Ripple. The lawsuit against Coinbase, Gemini, and other major cryptocurrency services has been shelved by the agency after the U.S. government changed hands in January. This is deliberate. A larger strategy shift occurred both in courtrooms and in Washington, D.C., when Ripple's attorneys spoke with Donald Trump and other policymakers. A sizable portion of the crypto. I agree with Alderoe that Ripple needs to clean up the mess that years of haphazard regulation created. That means fighting for regulations that safeguard consumers, foster innovation, and root out unscrupulous actors in the industry. The law must be made public before it may be enforced. He reiterated that policy standards ought to be transparent, equitable, and enforceable. Another pro-XRP commenter, Steph, stated that following the Ripple negotiations, SEC Chair Atkins is considering loosening the regulations. Bulls will be pleased to hear this. Moods are changing in the halls of power as well as the market. Whoever was worried about the future is now, forget about it. Ito Farina was being truthful. The SEC case is now moot. XRP has no value. It's all hype. Everyone, not just Ripple or XRP holders, can celebrate this victory. Because it is robust, it establishes a specific objective for the entire crypto community. Both the legislation and Ripple's political connections are crystal evident. When it comes to cross-border transfers, it is now at the top to influence U.S. Web3 policy going forward. With the legal burdens behind it, Ripple can focus on fostering partnerships and advancing blockchain technology. For the first time in years, the future appears clear and bright, and the XRP army is prepared to battle. Regulators are reuniting too. Hold on a second, though. This is only the first. The best analysts are projecting a massive increase in XRP now that Ripple is back on track and the SEC has finally caved. They're discussing figures that might astound you. You won't believe what they predict will happen to XRP after this. Because of this, everyone is making grand claims. XRP Dragon wrote, "I am prepared to." XRP will reach a new all-time high in 2025, coinciding with the widespread confidence expressed on social media. Indeed, but that is merely the initial step. Steph was quite forthright. Over the years, she has grown to love the token. You can purchase XRP at this location. Rest easy, parents. Embrace life's joys. To a large extent, XRP supporters view this as a means to an end rather than a mere investment. Subsequently, we possess an objective. Then there's Jack the Rippler, who predicted XRP's $7,000 price target for 2019 with absolute certainty. While that may seem insane to some, crypto geeks saw it as an opportunity to increase excitement and set a target price of $990.00 per XRP. The XRP king has gone all out, claiming that the coin will hit $10 for each token. Tony the Rippler summed up everyone's feelings in a single statement. The original price of XRP was $10.00. And that was no accident. We should take it easy for a bit, but if you wait, you'll regret it. Is $100.00, $700.00, or even $10.00 a realistic goal for XRP? Looking at it from a numerical perspective makes the problem obvious. It is. The current market value of XRP is slightly less than $99 billion. The current market worth of all cryptocurrencies put together exceeds $10 trillion, which would be achieved if XRP reached $100 per token. This amount exceeds even the value of all the gold ever mined. In order to put this in perspective, currently the market value is around $1 trillion. Not only would XRP's $1,000 price tag put it ahead of Bitcoin, but it would also radically alter the global digital asset market. This doesn't rule out the possibility of it happening, but it would require significant shifts in both the market and XRP's tokenomics. Would still necessitate a $6 trillion market cap. It would take $300 billion even if the supply was reduced to 63 billion tokens for XRP to reach $100. If the total market value of all cryptocurrencies were to reach an astounding $113 trillion, XRP would only account for 6% of that total. That works out to a Bitcoin value of about $1,400,000, each, which coincides with Van Axe's prediction for Bitcoin's value in the year 2050. Would that be so? In the near future, probably not. However, cryptocurrency has a track record of defying expectations. For example, nobody predicted that Bitcoin would ever reach a value more than $1,000, much less become the most valuable decentralized object in the world. XRP has previously demonstrated its resilience in the face of relentless regulatory pressure, price declines, uncertainty, and anxiety. What's more, the Ripple team isn't content to merely monitor market movements.